Yo, what's up guys? So today I'm teaching you one of my favorite tricks by one of my favorite creators of all time. His name is Al Leech. Now, Al Leech is one of those creators and one of those magicians that you just have to go back and, if you can, find some old footage of him performing and, man, just do yourself a favor and read up on all the Al Leech stuff you can find because it's all gold. Now, Al Leech has several of these little booklets, Super Cardman stuff, Cardman stuff, all filled with stuff for cardmen. But those are kind of hard to find, and mainly for collectors like myself. But there is a widely available book called The Complete Al Leech, which is comprised of all of his little booklets and stuff like that. There's more than just cards in here. There's stuff with billiard balls and all kinds of stuff. Everything that Al Leech published is in this book. Get it! Get the book! Anyway, I'll stop talking about that. But the trick I'm teaching you today is called a Chameleon pair by Al Leech, and it's so sick, guys. You're gonna love it. So let's get into it. Let's try something a little different today than the stuff I normally do. So what I'll do is let's just take a random card from the middle of the deck, and I'll pick it up and we'll try this. Let's try something new. So as I shuffle, just say stop anytime. Actually, just throw it in anytime you want, all right? So maybe they throw it in right here, and then we will take a look at the card that you threw it next to. And that could have been any card from the middle, and you could have thrown it anywhere as I was shuffling. But wouldn't it be crazy, or wouldn't it be weird if whatever card you threw it next to has something to do with this three of spades? Let's see if it does match. Oh my god. The three of spades and the three of clubs match perfectly. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if I would have put it next to this card and maybe this card here? That's a fair question. All you have to do is take the card that's next to it, give it a little rub, and all of a sudden it turns to the card that's next to it, or close to it, right? So let me explain. If I take that 10 again and just rub it on that 3 once more, it changes back into the 3. And that's just called the Chameleon principle, and you can do it with any kind of deck that you want. All right, isn't that trick awesome? So here's your setup. You want to take pairs of cards that contrast with each other, right? So 2 red cards, 2 black cards, and you use like higher value cards and then lower value cards for even more contrast, all right? So the setup is you have one of the cards face up, the next card that matches that one goes face down, the other pair just goes face down on top of everything, all right? So you have a pair of cards, a card, and a card face up that matches that card, and that is your setup. Now what you're going to do is get this top card on the table as a mystery card any way that you want to. I just do a false cut and pretend to put a card from the middle on the table there, but it's really just that top card. All right, so next what you're going to do is take the deck and turn it face up and begin a Hindu shuffle. All right, and you ask them to take the card without looking at it and put it face down as you shuffle the deck anywhere they want to. All right, so they put it right there, which just means that you put that setup you had on top of that face down card, all right? So you turn the deck face down and you say, wouldn't it be crazy if that random card that you put anywhere had something to do with the card that you threw it next to, all right? So what you're gonna do here is spread the deck out, and when you think you might be getting close to that reverse card, you want to start to do singles, push over just single cards, because you don't want to expose that face-up card there, all right? So when you think you might be getting close to it, just start pushing singles when you get to it, and put all these cards that's above it face down on the table. Now you say 3 of clubs. Now there's only one card in the whole deck that matches the 3 clubs, and it's the other black 3, the 3 of spades. Let's see which card you toss that 3 clubs next to, turn it over fairly, and it's the 3 of spades, which always gets a huge reaction. Now, as you're reacting to that, you want to get a break under 2 cards, however you want to. I just did a pinky count for the performance, but you can also just lift out the back. Since they're not paying attention to this part anyway, you can do anything you want. All right, just as long as you get a break under 2 cards, which is the other pair face to face. Now you say, look, this is really how it works. That's too impossible to work on its own. So I'll show you how this is really done. All right. So you offer sort of a pseudo explanation. All right. So you take the 3 clubs again, and you say, look, if you were to throw in the card next to this card, say the red 10, And all you're going to do here is sort of the sandwich low technique where you take all three cards in middle grip and just thumb that one over. And you want to offer like a like a missed call, and you're going to take this back-to-back cards that just, it's just a makeshift, double backer, and just missed call. Say, if I take this card, the next one, the red 10 here, all I have to do is rub it on this 3, and it turns into the jacks, I'm sorry, the red jack 2. So now at this point, they're freaking out, right? So what you do now is you put this top jack on the lower packet here, and this is a double, so don't, push it over or anything. You want to turn the double over now and say, look, if I take this jack again and rub it on the 3 again, it turns into the 3 once more, and that is called the Chameleon pair technique. Alright guys, so as always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. It means the world to me, and if you got some value out of it, if you learned something new, do me a favor and hit the like button, hit subscribe, and it helps the channel out more than you might think. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.